All right, let me get into this one. I got a lot to get to. And today I was working. I'm gonna get into this video, but I had came across this is my first time seeing this, a cotton plantation. It was surreal, man. I had to actually get out and get a video of it. So I'm gonna get into that video, but before I get into this lesson, I want to say this. You so-called white people today, you Edomites, you're gonna have to pay for this. And our people that don't quite understand how wicked and evil this was, you're gonna have to taste the death of a sinner, man. All right. For you siding with wickedness, man. It's stuff that's going on that has happened to us. You can't really even fathom. So let me get into this video real quick. That I shot him just a quick video that I shot. Check this out. Shalom, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? It's real. This is an actual cotton field. Vast. The devil's gonna have to pay for this. Look at this. It's actual cotton. Going up out of here, man. The devil's gonna pay for this, man. Our people had to pick this and make y'all very rich. And this for the people that say this ain't real, that didn't happen, I'm showing you. You know what I'm saying? It's an actual. But you see what it is. That was an actual cotton field, and it was pretty vast. And I was, everything the man goings of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Lord sent me that way so I can see that, so I can go into more research, so I can expose more of you devil's wickedness, you evil, demonic fuckers, man. And this stuff got me really upset because they go to show you that our people have lost their everlasting fucking mind when you can't see that these people are the devil. You got to be fucking out of your mind, man. All right. So let me get into this lesson. Right here, you can see these bundles. And when I went to, I saw this cotton field, I was just thinking like, how many of these cotton fields that they had, how much so-called money they made. That's how America, you see America, these, sprawling cities, these mega mansions, this is all tied into slavery. All right. And this wasn't just cotton. It was other crops, tobacco. You had agriculture. You had, the buying and selling of our people. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff, man, that you can't comprehend. That's how America became a superpower. So let me get into this information. Got a lot to get to. It said how slavery became America's first big business. It says of the many myths told about American slavery, one of the biggest is that it was an archaic practice that only enriched a small number of men. Yeah, that's what they like to say too. You fucking devils like to say it was just a few so-called white men. And let me put this out here too. The North participated and profited and had slaves as well. It was not just the South. And they didn't fight. The Civil War wasn't to set you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans free. All right. That wasn't what the war was about. It's because the North got threatened because the South was getting ready to take over, man. All right. They didn't want them to do that. So it wasn't to liberate you. You got them knuckleheads, fucking idiots, man, of our people. Let me finish reading this. It says the argument has often been used to diminish the scale of slavery. And look, if our people just really knew how much money was made, Shalakia, off slavery, just in a nutshell, the torture, the rape, raw, pillaging, the breaking up of families, the taking your nationality, destroying you, calling you black, all right, dehumanizing you. Shalakia, let me get back into this. But I was looking for something very particular. It was saying it was 75,000 plantations. But I was looking for something in particular. Right here, it says the bodies of enslaved served as America's largest financial asset. You hear this? It says, and they were forced to maintain America's most exported commodity in 60 years from 1801 to 1862. The amount of cotton picked daily by an enslaved person increased 400%. The profits from cotton propelled the United States into a position as one of the leading economies in the world. You hear this? Do you hear this? And it wasn't just the South. It was the North and the South, the whole goddamn country, man. So this was the largest. Let me read this again. It says, Salakia. It says the bodies of the enslaved serve as America's largest financial asset. You had insurance companies on this. You had every company imaginable that profited off our slavery, and we built up this whole country. You had Jake was building homes. Jake was building buildings, road, bridges. You know these plantation mansions. You know, you name it. We was doing all kind of stuff, man. Let me go here. And you people just don't get it, man. And you're gonna have to pay for this. There's no way out of this, man. There's no way out of this. Let's go here. I'm gonna read some of this and I'm gonna go to these inserts that I got of this book, How White Folks Got So Rich. So-called white folks. Right here, let's start here. It says, with cash crops of tobacco, cotton, and sugarcane, America's southern states became the economic engine of a burgeoning nation. It says their fuel of choice, human slavery. All right, so you can see how people here, they actually got real pictures of them picking cotton. It says if the Confederacy had been a separate nation, it would have ranked as the fourth richest in the world at the start of the Civil War. The slave economy had been very good to American prosperity. That's how America got to where it's at today, off our backs, man. Let me finish reading this. It said by the start of the war, the South was producing 75% of the world's cotton and creating more millionaires per capita in the Mississippi River Valley than anywhere in the nation. So around that region, which will be, pretty much the whole South, you know, they was able to amass this uncomprehendable wealth. That's how you see these corporations and these big businesses today. It's directly tied into slavery. A lot of these big box brands that you see today have roots to slavery. Everybody benefited off this except us, man. And you fucking devils got enough nerves to say you're not paying on reparation. But we're not worried about that. The reparations that we want you. And it's coming from the Lord, man. All right, the Lord gonna restore everything back to us and more. It says an economy built on slavery, which you can screenshot this, all right, and then kind of go through this, but basically it's going through, the money. It's just a lot to this, man. And I think I saw, they had 75,000 plantations of cotton plantations. I want to find that for you real quick. Make sure I'm correct on that. 1 second. All right, I found this information here. Salakia. I might have got that wrong, but I did see 75,000 something. But right here, it was 46,300 plantations, slave plantations, at one time in America that existed in the United States. So they imagine that amount of wealth, man. See, you got to really comprehend this. You got to really get into this. Let me show you this, man. And I'm gonna jump into this information here. And this plantations of Leon County, Florida. And as you can see, it's vast. It's really a lot of research and a lot of information to get to. It's almost uncomprehendable, man. But this is the plantation in Leon County in Florida. And you see right here, 1860, right? And the Leon County plantations, 1860. And you can see right here to the left, the plantation, William Alderman, right here. All right, they had 36 enslaved people, 22, 60, 75. Look at this, man. And this is just like in one county, Leon County plantations, right? So, Lord willing, look at this, man. I'm going to be doing lessons about breaking all this down, man. It's vast. And this just is one county. All right, so let me show you this information. And I'm going to hit some scripts, Lord willing. I'm going to get through this pretty quick. It says sugar to cotton to all. Whites got to have it. And this is from this book, How White Folks Got So Rich. I recommend you brothers and you sisters go buy that book from Amazon. Kindle, or you can buy, the hard copy. It says for 134 years between 1803 and 1937, cotton was America's largest export. And this slave-grown staple was the single biggest driver of the European expansion. You hear this? Cotton was at the very foundation of the American economy, and it turbo fueled industrial growth worldwide. Indeed, cotton was the world economy in this era, what oil is to the present. You hear this? Western civilization was built on the sweat, blood, and tears the black African American, which would be your Israelites, women and children who planted, cultivated, and picked a valuable crop and then wrapped it into 200 to 500 pound bundles, bales, Salakia. The race based culture cotton created is at the very root of the multiplicity of the miseries affected so called black people. It says, without cotton, slavery in the New World was very likely headed for extinction. Sugar had driven European expansion in the slave trade into the sugar growing regions of South America and the Caribbean. But by the late 18th century, slave revolts and waning market threatened to crash that economy. The invention of the cotton gin in 1793, a machine that efficiently separates the seeds from the fiber, sped up cotton production 50-fold, instantly making it much more profitable and desirable. The miraculous fiber could be transformed into almost any type of cloth or garment and dyed in any pattern. It could be made into rope, curtain, upholstery, and clothing, woven densely for warmth and loosely for hotter climes. All right. And it could even be made to mimic fine silks at a fraction of the cost. The whole world clamored to be reclothed in cotton, and that escalating demand put the black man and woman on auction block increasing numbers, just as the demand for sugar did generations before. One cannot overstate the value of cotton to white world prosperity. You hear this, you devils? And correspondingly, cotton's direct connection to the destruction of so-called black civilization. By 1840, cotton exports were greater than all other exports combined. The Americas, 75,000. I know that's what I saw that somewhere. That's why I saw it. American 75,000 cotton plantations generated three-fourths of the world cotton supply. Man, that's deep. And like I say, it goes on and on. You can screenshot this, but it's going back into the Rothschild, Lehman Brothers. They had investment banking. House began with cotton traders in Alabama. Cotton was, you could screenshot this, but these elites, bankers, know exactly who you are. All right. So let me get into this scripture here. Revelation 13 and 10. He said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patient and the faint fate of the saints, you devil. Thus said the Lord, you got captivity waiting you, man. Let's go there. Want to kind of get through this. Amos 1:11. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I would not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. His anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So you devils, you stole the land from our other brothers, Native Americans, so-called, which would be Gad and Reuben, the Reubenites. Then you made us work the lands and beat us and fed our little babies to alligators. You know, you did everything you can do, man. It's really uncomprehendable. Isaiah 14 and 1. It said, for the Lord, matter of fact, I'm probably not going to have enough time. Like Isaiah 14 and 1. You can screenshot it and read it, but basically you devils going into captivity. Read Isaiah 14, 1 and 2, because time running out. But yeah, you know, again, you brothers and you sisters go do your own research, get all into it, and I'm gonna call a lesson. Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Rakak Wadah Shalom.